Okay, today we are going to discuss just the different parts of the computer, just very basic computer information. So to do that, let me pull up these images here. So the first thing is you can have either a desktop computer, which looks kind of like this, or you can have a laptop computer, which looks kind of like this. Okay? And on both those computers, you're going to have a monitor, which is going to be the screen where you see your stuff. It's called a monitor with a desktop. Most people just usually kind of say the screen on the laptop. And it is this part right here of the laptop. Then you're going to have a keyboard. And on your desktop, it's going to look like this. It can be a wireless keyboard, or it can be one with a wire that goes to it. And on your laptop, it's going to be down here on the bottom. There's your keyboard. And if you hear people talk about QWERTY keyboards, what they're talking about is if you look at these letters, Q, W, E, R, T, Y, QWERTY, that's the type of keyboard you have. That it just is explaining how the letters are laid out. You also have a Dvorak keyboard and some others, but the most common is the QWERTY keyboard. Then after that, you're going to have you'll have like a CD-ROM or a DVD slot. That's where you can put like any like software, little programs or whatever that you're playing, or if you just want to listen to music. You do have writable, like you'll see sometimes a CDR or CDRW, and the CDR would mean that you can like write on it like one time, but then it's kind of stuck, and the RW is going to mean you can like write it on it and over. When I say write, I don't mean with a pen. The computer can write on it. And then the DVD is going to it's going to be the same as CD. Some CD-ROM. Some people, your computer might play DVDs, and some it just might play CDs. Then you can have external speakers, and those are usually what you would see more with a desktop, but you can attach them to a laptop. Then you can have a headset. You can have headphones, or you can have a headset which has this little bitty piece right here. It has a microphone in it that you talk. So you'll hear your teacher often talk about the headset. Then you have a mouse. And the mouse is what moves this little cursor here we have on the screen. It's usually done by a mouse, and you control the mouse by you have right clicks and left clicks. And then you have this little track bar in the middle, which will scroll up and down, or a scroll bar. Then let's see, then you can have a printer. Okay, then let's see. Oh, and for the mouse on the laptop, what you really have usually is what's called a touchpad, and that is this little thing you see on your right below your keyboard on your laptop, and it is touch sensitive. So when you put your fingers on it and you move them around, it moves this cursor around on the screen. It's for people who don't want to use a mouse. And then these little buttons at the top, if you have them, are just like clicking. They would be the right and left clicks of a mouse. Some touchpads won't have those, or trackpads won't have those. You will instead like tap. You might tap twice on the different sides of the touchpad. Then you also have what's called a track point. Some laptops do. And it's this little red ball that you see in the middle of your laptop. And if you move your finger up, down, left, or right, then it will move the cursor around on the screen also. Then let's see. Then you can have webcams. You can have a webcam that kind of might sit on just like on the desk, or this one usually fits over the top of your computer, like your laptop or your monitor. And they plug in with a cord, often. Then you have, if you have a laptop, if you look at the very top up here, you're going to see a little round little glass thing, and that is usually your webcam. Then let's see. Then you might hear people talking about flash drives or SD cards. They are ways to save some of your files. So a flash drive looks kind of like this. They might also be called jump drives, those kind of things. And this little silver part at the end is what's going to plug into your USB port, which is going to look kind of like this on your computer. See? Your mouse might also, if it's a wired mouse, it also might plug in there. Your keyboard might plug in there. You can also get extra USB ports for laptops. You'll see people who have those. It's something that looks kind of like this, and it just has extra USB ports if you need them. And then if you have an SD card, which is kind of flat, looks like this. Most people think of them more for cameras than they do for computers. But it's another way to store information on your computer. And it goes in an SD slot, which can be on the side of the computer. Sometimes it's on the front of the computer. It's in different places. And I think that covers the basics of the computer today. And then for the next video, we will go into more depth about other things.